Hey there, welcome back. I am your coach Emma, and today's workout is going to be arms and core. We are going to be using kettlebells to get that upper body workout, but if you don't have a kettlebell, you can substitute a dumbbell for today's workout. It'll just take a little modification. The workout's going to be in a follow-along format, so you can do it with me in real time. I'm going to have the timer up on the screen for you as well, and we are going to be moving together. So be prepared with 1 or 2 kettlebells. I'll have modifications for 1, but 2 would be better, and something that you can press overhead. So make sure that it is a moderate weight that you can sustain holding overhead for quite a bit of time. And if you have 2 sets of kettlebells, one that's a little lighter and one that's a little heavier, that would be perfect. So get your equipment ready and meet me on your mat. So today's workout's going to entail a quick little warm-up doing the quarter get-up, which I'm going to teach right now. And then later on, we're going to be going into 2 timed sections and then a final finisher. During that first timed section, we'll be doing a full Turkish Get-Up. If you don't know how to do a full Turkish Get-Up, pause this video and click the link up above and learn how to do one, or you can repeat the quarter Get-Up that I'm teaching now. So totally up to you, but know that's coming, and let's hit the mat. So you're gonna wanna take your lighter kettlebell if you do have a few, and you're going to start lying down with it on the side of you. You're going to roll into fetal position and grab that kettlebell and then roll onto your back. I'm going to press the kettlebell up over my chest, and it's in my left hand. My left leg is bent and my right arm and leg are out at a 45-degree angle going away from my body. Now pressing that left foot into the floor, I'm going to keep my arm reaching for the ceiling as I roll up to the elbow, keeping my right leg on the floor, and then roll back. I'm going to do 5 of these on each side. So press that leg into the floor, roll up onto your arm, and then roll back down. I'm only coming to the elbow here. And you can see that my chest is pushing forward and my arms are stacked, my shoulders are stacked on top of each other. 2 more here. Roll up and down, and then up and down. And now we'll take it on the other side. So you can just halo that kettlebell around your head, and hopefully it won't hit other bells like mine just did there. And here you can see what it looks like. I roll into fetal position and pick that kettlebell up. It is on the outside of my wrist, and my wrist is super, super straight. Don't let that wrist bend back. Nice straight wrist. Right leg is bent, right arm is up in the air, left arm and leg are out away from the body at a 45-degree angle. I'm gonna roll to the elbow and press my chest forward and then roll back down. Here you're getting another view of what I'm doing, but my chest is pressing really far forward and my leg is pinned to the ground, my left leg here rather. 2 more. Flex your toes towards your face if your leg is flying up. And 1 more, reaching that arm up for the ceiling and come back down. Fantastic. If you feel like you need it, pause the video and do that 1 more time on each side if you had a hard time getting the hang of it. Otherwise, we are going to move on to our first timed set of exercises. So how this next section is going to work is I am going to have a timer going for 60 seconds at a time. You will need 2 kettlebells that match or that are mismatched but that you can hold in your hands. This is the opportunity to use the heavier bells if you have them. The first exercise you're going to do, I'm going to demonstrate first, then we'll do it together, is bend down with a flat back, grab those kettlebells, and you're going to do a farmer's march. So my shoulders are going down my back, squeezing the shoulder blades together, core is on, and then I just march in place with those kettlebells down by my sides. So just for reference here, these are 18 pounds or 8 kilograms. If I were doing this for my workout, I would hold 35 or 45 pounds. So lighter just for demonstration, but this should not be the example. After those 60 seconds are up, we're going to shake it off and we are going to go into a front rack. So you clean up those kettlebells. If you don't know how to clean them up, I'll show you what you're going to do. And then you're just gonna hold. It's the longest minute of your day. I'm sorry we have to do this together, but it is a great way of warming up the entire upper body and core. And then we're going to put it down, take a few seconds of rest, and then you'll clean that kettlebell up, press 1 overhead, and we're doing what's called an ipsilateral hold. So I'm going to have the leg that's under the kettlebell on the floor and the other leg up and the non-working arm out to the side. I'm going to do that for 30 seconds per side, and then I'm going to do a Turkish Get-Up at the end on each side. And that Turkish Get-Up looks like this. Again, if you're not familiar with it, do check out the video that is listed below. But this is what it looks like. We are literally going from the floor to standing and back down again. So I roll to the elbow. Then from my elbow, I come up to my hand. My hand's in line with my hips. I press through the grounded foot, lift my hips up and sweep my knee underneath me. Then I lift my arm off the floor, close the leg, come to standing, reverse that back leg, bend it, open my knee, run my arm down my leg, looking up at that kettlebell, kick through, and roll back. So I'm going to get this timer going, and we are going to do this all together. Get both of those bells ready. So get those bells ready. If you only have one at the 30-second mark, you're going to hand it off from one side to the other. And if you only have one bell on the front rack, you'll hold one side and then the other. So get yourself in the middle of those bells, hinge down, get your core on. We are going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, nice strong lift up. Engage your core, make sure your shoulders are squeezed together and going down your back. Shoulder blades are going into your back pockets, and you are marching. So we want to try to find a moment of weightlessness, a moment of balance as each of these legs come up. If you start marching at more than a march per second, this is going to be a really long minute. If you only have one bell, we're coming up on switching hands in 3, 2, 1. And switch. Otherwise, just stick with me and keep marching. And if you have one bell, you might find that you're really leaning to the side that the bell's on. That is normal. You want to use that core engagement and strength to resist slumping towards the bell. Keep going. We've got 15 seconds. Squeeze those bells. I know your forearms are on fire if these are heavy bells. And keep breathing. We have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them down. If you only have one bell or don't know how to clean the bell, you're going to grab it in one hand and the other over and just pick it up like this. Otherwise, clean them both up and go. We're going to stand here. Now, it's really important that you don't let your lower back push forward or that you don't let that upper back cave in. That's even worse. You want to stand tall. Abdominal wall is on, squeezing everything, and your feet are just underneath your hips. This is a nice strong stance and you're halfway there. Almost halfway there actually. Keep breathing, keep standing tall. We are working, our hearts are beating. It's amazing how exhausting just standing in place can be. Try to keep those wrists nice and straight. I don't want your wrists falling outward. Completely straight wrists. Squeeze the bell. We're almost there. 12 more seconds. 10 more now. Squeezing the bell and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them down. Now, one at a time, you're going to pick one of those kettlebells up, clean it up, get it to the press position and either press or push press it up overhead. As soon as it's there, we're going to start 30 seconds here. Standing on one leg strong. The other leg is up and the non-working arm is out. You want to have tension in the non-working side of the body. You don't want to be leaning to the side. You want to squeeze the butt cheek of the leg that's on the floor. You're halfway through this round. We're almost there and then we'll switch. Keep going. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring her down and we've got 10 seconds to switch sides, so get ready. Clean it up. Either press or push, press it up, and in 3, 2, 1, leg comes up, non-working arm is out on the side, squeezing the glute that's on the floor and keeping myself nice and upright. Breathe, hold yourself tall. We're almost there. Halfway through this set. This is easy work. If you hadn't already figured it out yet, if you have multiple weights, you could go down for this one. 10 more seconds here. And then we're going into our Turkish Get-Ups, which you'd also want to use the lighter weight for. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull her down. Now we'll do one get-up on each side. If you don't know how to do the get-up, just do the quarter get-up from the beginning. Starting on the left side, roll onto your back, press the kettlebell up overhead, opposite arm and leg extend at a 45-degree angle, roll up to your elbow. Keep your wrist straight. Come up to your hand. Bring the hips up and sweep that leg underneath you. Sit back and come to your tall kneeling position. Stand up, and then that back leg goes back again. Knee comes down, leg opens. I look up at the bells, I run my hand down my thigh and land it a foot in front of me. Kick my leg out in front and roll back. And then right onto the second side. Fetal position. Roll myself up. Arms pressed overhead. Opposite arm and leg are away from me at a 45-degree angle. I come to my elbow, then to my hand, pressing that arm up overhead, bridge the legs, hips up, bring my knee underneath me, come to a tall kneeling position, come to standing, leg goes back, knee comes down, open the up leg, run my hand down my thigh, place it in front of me, looking up at that bell, kick through, and roll back, bring it down. We're gonna take about 15 seconds of rest here to collect yourselves before we go on to doing that one more time. And then we'll move on to a whole other fun set of exercises. So grab a sip of water and let's get on to the next thing. All right, get your bells ready. As you know by now, you kind of have an idea of what things feel like. So if you have multiple bells, do upgrade them or downgrade them if a minute was too hard or too easy. Either way, grab what's right for you, and we are gonna get going on that farmer's march in 3, 2, 1. Stand up and then march in place. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together and pulling them down your back. You're not shrugging up. This isn't a trap exercise. You want to have a nice relaxed neck. And you lift one leg at a time, really bringing that knee up. I don't just want to take a little small step here. I want that knee to come up. We're working the hip flexor here. And then squeeze the glute of the leg that's on the floor. Working really hard to stay upright. We're coming up to our 30-second mark here, so if you only have one bell, switch hands and keep going. Keep breathing. Squeeze the bells. If you're holding heavy bells, your forearms are on fire. I know they are. Mine are kind of tired, and these aren't even that heavy. We have 15 more seconds. Keep going. This is just walking in place. Almost there. 7 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put them down. Again, if you have one bell, you're going to do 30 seconds on one side of the front rack, 30 seconds of the other. Pick up those bells, clean it up, and go. And we're just holding. So this is a great opportunity for me to tell you why you need to have straight wrists with kettlebells. If they are bent out here, you're going to get wrist pain on the front and the back of the wrist. And if you're only holding one side, you're going to switch in 3, 2, 1. But when you have a nice straight wrist and you squeeze the bell, you actually strengthen the muscles on the back of the hand and the forearm. And those provide a buffer to make these kettlebells more comfortable as they sit on your wrists. So the longer you're holding these kettlebells with good form, the stronger your wrists are going to get, the less irritating this is going to be. With that, you've got 8 more seconds, standing tall. Don't let yourself slump. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we got 10 more seconds. I am so sorry. That was so mean. I misread my timer. Keep holding, squeezing those bells, standing upright, and bring them down. Awesome. 10 seconds, and then we'll go on to our single-sided ipsilateral overhead hold. Isn't that a mouthful? Get ready, clean the bell up, press it up, and go. If the right leg is down, the right hand is holding the bell. You don't want to have it the opposite. It's really hard to hold yourself up if there's no leg underneath that weight. This is like your scaffolding. Halfway there. Keep holding, keep squeezing, keep breathing. We got 8 more seconds. That shoulder might be getting tired. I know. We've got 3, 2, 1. Pull it down. 10 seconds to move over to the other side. Today is not a lesson on cleaning the kettlebell, but if you're not sure how to do it, check out the video that I've linked below. It'll make your future kettlebell workouts go nicely. Press that bell up overhead. Opposite leg comes up. Opposite arm is out to the side, creating tension in the non-working side of the body. And we are holding strong. You've got it. Keep holding, keep breathing. Keep the mound of the big toe planted to the floor. Not so much so that you fall over. We're almost there. 7 seconds left. And breathe. 3, 2, 1. Pull her down. 10 seconds of rest as you get onto the floor and get ready for your Turkish get-up, or just do a few quarter get-ups on each side, 5 quarter get-ups. You're gonna get the kettlebell up in your left hand. Left leg is bent. Right arm and leg are out on the floor at a 45-degree angle. Press through the left foot and roll up. And then come to your hand. Then lift your hips up and bring your right knee to be underneath your hips. Sit back, bring your hips through and close your up left leg. Stand up tall. Reverse it. Right leg goes back. Knee comes to the floor, left leg opens, and my right hand runs down my right thigh and lands about a foot in front of me. My hands are stacked on top of each other as I kick my leg through, come to my butt, and then roll all the way back. Now we're gonna hit the other side. So get that kettlebell into your right hand. Press it up overhead. Left arm and left leg are out at a 45-degree angle. I'm gonna press my right hand, my right foot into the floor and roll up onto my elbow. Come up onto my left hand. Lift my hips up and sweep my left leg underneath me. Then I'm gonna sit back to bring my hips through and close my right leg. Pull myself up using that right leg. From standing, I take my left leg and step back, come down to the knee. Open the right leg, run my left hand down my left thigh and land it in front of me. Looking up at the bell, kick through, come to a sitting position and roll all the way back. So stand up and grab a sip of water if you need it, because next up we have another timed circuit. You're only going to need 1 kettlebell for this, so go ahead and grab a kettlebell that you can press up overhead. And what we're going to be doing is 3 clean to push presses on each side. So you'll do 3 on one side, 3 on the other. I'll demo that. It looks like this. You hinge down, grab that kettlebell, clean it up, and then drive your knees forward a little bit and press the weight overhead. Bring it back down, clean it again. Push press, and one more time I'll show from the side so you can really see what this looks like. When I go to clean the bell, I swing it between my legs, pull my elbow back, and punch my wrist through. And then on that push press, I'm going to drive my knees forward and pop the bell up. When you do the push press, the knees drive forward, the hips don't go back. Imagine that back is running along the wall as you press the weight up. So it'll be 3 clean to push presses per side. Then we'll have about 30 seconds of rest. And then this is where it gets spicy. We're going to do a single arm plank. So you come into a plank with your hands closer together than normal and your feet farther apart than normal. So more like as wide as your yoga mat if you're on a yoga mat. You engage the core, you squeeze the glutes, and you lift one arm up, pinning it to your side, and you hold. We're gonna hold for 15 seconds. If this is damn near impossible for you, you could take your hands a little wider and just shift from one hand to the other, raising the arms out in front of you. And if that's a no-go, just hold a regular plank. But if we're doing the single arm plank, it'll be 15 seconds. And then at the 15-second mark, switch the arms. 15 seconds on the other side. We'll have a 30-second break. And then you're going to roll onto your back. We're going to do a half hollow hold. So here you'll drive your lower back into the ground, bring the head and neck up using the abdominal muscles. And then you're going to extend one leg at a time as you reach your arms behind you. We'll do 15 seconds again at that 15-second mark, switch sides, 15 seconds on the other leg, 30 seconds of rest, and then we'll start over again doing it 3 times in total. So get that 1 bell ready and let's get ready to go. All right, so we're gonna get that bell ready, and if you don't know how to do a clean, instead of a clean to push press, you're just gonna do a push press. Or if the push press feels weird, just do a strict press. And if you're not doing the clean, do 5 presses on each side. So get that bell in between your feet. We're gonna start on the left-hand side. I want the bell on the left-hand side of you. You're gonna hinge down. And in 3, 2, 1, start. Clean, push press, bring it down. Clean, push press, bring it down. One more, clean, push press, bring it down. Second side, straight into the second side. Clean, push press, bring it down. Clean, push press. One more. Clean and push press, bring it down. So now you kind of got a feeling of what these exercises feel like weight-wise. If that was too light or too heavy and you have options, adjust accordingly. Or do a couple extra reps. We have 20 seconds to rest. Feels like a lot this round, but you will really want that rest as we go forward. So get yourself ready for the plank. Get your kettlebell out of the way. We're getting ready in 10 seconds, so come down onto all fours. Remember, feet are going as wide as the yoga mat. Hands are closer together. And in 3, 2, 1, on one hand, lift that arm up. Squeeze everything tight. Don't let the hip on the up arm side migrate. Keep it closed and hold and squeeze. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch hands. Other hand goes down. Hand that was on the floor comes up. And remember, don't let the side with the up hand open. Keep those hips down. Keep everything tight. You're wedging yourself between your hand and your feet. And 3, 2, 1. Relax. All right. That is a challenge. I know I don't seem like I'm dying, but it took months of practicing those to get there. And I'm sure after a few rounds I will. So we've got about 15 seconds. You're going to come onto your back and get ready for those half hollow holds. And we're going to be doing 30 seconds per side. I think I said 15 earlier. I meant 30. So we're going to pull the belly button into the floor, squeeze the abdomen, head and shoulders come up, and we're going now. Extend one leg away from you. Your arms are going back. If this feels really funky on your neck, you can reach your arms up too. But make sure that that knee is right above your hip. Don't tuck it in too much. That's cheating. And hold and breathe. We're halfway through. About 13 more seconds here. You're going to start to shake. This is hard. And breathe and squeeze and hold. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch legs. Reach the leg away. The second side is obviously way harder. I'm aware of that. Keep your lower back on the ground. If you need to, give yourself a little break and come right back to it, but try to hold. We're halfway there. 15 more seconds on this hold. Reaching the arms and legs away from each other. You can bring your arms up here if you need them. I know everyone's belly's on fire. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh man. Oh, take your 30 seconds of rest and we're going to do it again. As you can see, it gets tougher as we go. So just keep breathing, grab some water, do what you got to do, and we are going to start again in just 15 seconds. And then we are going into 3 clean 2 push presses on each side, or just 5 push presses or 5 strict presses. So get ready. 3, 2, 1. Clean, push press, bring it down. Clean, get that elbow back and push press. One more. Clean and push press, bring it down. Right into that second side. Clean, push press, bring it down. Clean, push press, bring it down. One more. Clean and push press, bring it down. Nice. And take that 30 seconds of rest. Afterwards, we have a 15-second single arm plank on each side. And then those evil half hollow holds. So we've got 20 seconds. Grab your water if you need it. Shake it out. And almost there. Just breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Bring your breath down. If you're out of breath, we have 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet super wide, up on one arm, squeezing everything, keeping that up hip down. Press through the hand. Fingers are all apart. Big, wide hand. And 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. You're really wedging yourself between your front hand and your back feet. My heels are pressing past my toes. My hips are staying in line with my shoulders and heels. And 3, 2, 1. Come down. Good. And now we're getting ready for those half hollow holds. So come onto your back. We've got 20 seconds. readjust anything that needs to be readjusted. And in 12 seconds, we will be going, so start by pressing your lower back into the floor, exhaling, squeezing your abdomen, sending your ribs towards your hip bones. And in 3, 2, 1, half hold on the first side. Reach your arms behind you. Reach that one leg away from you. If this is too hard or if your lower back doesn't stay on the ground, you can always bring both legs in or bring your arms in here. But we are holding for 30 per side or 60 seconds total. So more than halfway there, we've got 12 more seconds. Reach the leg farther up too, that can make it a little more tolerable. Either way, keep reaching for 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, and if you need to, come down for a second between sides and then go right up into it. We have 25 seconds here. Reach the arms away from you. Keep the core tight. Ooh, this is tiring. 15 more seconds. Take a small break if you need it. I obviously do. And we have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. 30 seconds of rest, and then we're going to do it one more time before we move on to the finisher. This is really the core part of the arms and core workout. So grab your water if you need it. Evaluate if that kettlebell was heavy enough, or if maybe you need a lighter bell, because honestly, or heavier bell, because honestly 3 reps is not that many. And we are gonna get going in 5 seconds. So 4, 3, 2, go. Clean, push press, bring it down. Clean, push press, bring it down. One more. Clean, push press, bring it down. Remember, if you only did presses without cleans, you're going to do 5 on each side. So clean to push press on the second side. Clean, push press, bring it down. One more. Clean, push press. Nice work. Rest it out for 30 seconds. As we rest, I am just going to fix my timer here. We will get ready for our final 3, 2, 1 arm plank. Wow, 3 arm plank. It's a 3-point plank. Take your rest. Hopefully your stomach is okay and not too in agony from those half hollow holds, which are definitely the hardest part of this. But in 10 seconds, we're gonna go into that single arm plank again, or reaching one arm up at a time if necessary. So in 4, 3, 2, 1, feet as wide as the mat, hand that's up is pinned to your side. Don't hold it out here, don't hold it here, don't hold it here. We're pinning it to the side to encourage that hip to stay down. Good, we've got 3, 2, 1. Switch hands. And remember, my hand's in the middle and my hip is down. Just keep reminding yourself to bring that hip down. Squeezing your stomach, wedging yourself between your hands and your feet. I don't know why I keep remembering to say that on the second side, but do feel yourself wedged in there and relax. Awesome. One more set of hollow holds. I am not looking forward to this, so I know you aren't either, but it is what abs are made out of. So we've got 15 more seconds. Get yourself ready in 10. Start by pressing the lower back into the ground, squeezing the abdomen. You've got to keep that lower back on the ground the whole time. In 3, 2, 1. And if on this one you're like, I don't got it, I can't do that for a full minute, we're just going to stay here, or you can send your toes, your feet up, but really legs bent would be better. This is the modification for making it work when you're really tired. We're halfway through that first side though. If you are taking one side, amazing, you are so strong. This is a big challenge. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch sides, or if you need it, come down for a second, give yourself a break, and then go right into it. We have 25 seconds left of work here before our finisher. Keep squeezing, keep reaching. You've got it. 15 more seconds. Reach that leg away. Keep the lower back on the ground. Pull the belly button into the spine and squeeze everything. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Alrighty. Take whatever rest you need. You can pause the video if you need to, or you can just keep going with me. We are going to finish with Renegade Rows and kneeling bicep curls. So I want you to grab your kettlebell, and if you have a set of heavy kettlebells, that's perfect for these Renegade Rows, and one for your bicep curls. So for this finisher, we are going to be doing Renegade Rows and kneeling bicep curls. Take a second, watch these Renegade Rows. There is a longer tutorial if you have more questions about it linked above. But basically, you are going to want to take 2 heavy kettlebells. So if you had a pair of heavy ones you were using, that's perfect. They go close together, similar to how you were positioned for your one arm plank, and the feet go wide. And then you squeeze everything, keep everything tight, and as you push one into the ground, you pull the other up. And if you have a squishy mat like me, you will notice this is going to be an extra big challenge. And we're going opposite, one to one side and then one to the other. If you only have one bell, or if your bells are too small and wobbly, what you're going to do is pop your hand up on a yoga block, or just keep it on the floor. Or if you have one big, one small, lean on the heavy bell. And then from here, you're going to do all of your reps on one side before you go and do them all on the other. It's going to be 5 on each side. And then we're going to clean, not using that one's too heavy. We're gonna clean our kettlebell up, a slightly lighter one. Come to tall kneeling, squeeze the core, elbows go into the sides, and we're gonna do 10 bicep curls. The only thing that moves here is my elbow. See, I'm not letting my elbows go back either. They're pinned into the side. I'm just opening and closing the elbow. So, grab whatever combination of weights is right for you. This is not timed. We're just gonna go through and do this together. I am going to go ahead and remove some of my mats so that way I can do this without falling over. And we are going to start with those 5 and 5 Renegade Rows. So pick the version that's going to be right for you. And come into a plank on the bells and go. 5 on each side. If you can alternate, alternate. Otherwise, you're going to do one side and then the other. Either way, keep those hips down. Try to resist rotation just like when we were in the 3 or 1 arm plank. Good. You probably have one more on each side. Good. And relax. All right, second exercise, we're going to do it one more time, is going to be that kneeling bicep curl, 10 reps. So come to a tall kneeling, tuck your pelvis under, pin your elbows to your sides, and extend 10 times. The bottom of that bell is going to come towards your pelvis, and then I curl it up. Here's what it looks like from the front. On your own count. This is 5 for me. All the way to 10, squeeze the biceps at the top. Good, you probably only got a couple more. Awesome. So put down that kettlebell, shake it out. This is a bicep tricep core finisher, as you can tell. And we have one more set of Renegade Rows, 5 on each side. And come into that tall plank position on the top of your kettlebells. Squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, pull it up into your chest. We're going 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3. Excuse the clunking. 4. Almost there. Last one. 5. Squeezing everything. Awesome. If you needed to switch sides, finish up wherever you are. 5 on each side. And then our final set of bicep curls. So clean that kettlebell up into a goblet rack. Pelvis tucks under, squeeze the core, squeeze the butt. Elbows stay in by the sides, and 10 reps at your own count. Last exercise of the day. Breathe. This is tiring, guys, but you did it. You made it through. Awesome. 1 or 2 more. And put that bell down and relax. I know your biceps are feeling it right now. So just come onto all fours, and if you can, point your fingers towards your knees so you're in a tabletop with your hands flipped around. And just get a little gentle rocking in here. Whew. Breathing to bring your heart rate down. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. It's going to calm down your heart rate much faster than breathing through the mouth. Turn the hands around, and now if you can, just flip one hand so the palms on the ground, or the back of the hands on the ground and the fingers are facing the knee, and then do it on the other side. Good. And interlace your fingers, press them away from you, and reach your arms up overhead, and then bring the arms down and around. If you want a proper cool down, check out the cool down video right here. But otherwise, you did great today. I hope you are sweaty. I hope you feel great. And let me know what kind of workouts you'd like to see more of, because I want to give you what you're going to do. Thanks for joining me today.